This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
What is going on, everybody? You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. My name is Smitty. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, punch that thumbs up if you enjoy the show, and drop a question, drop a comment, drop whatever you want regarding the 2021/22 NFL playoffs and what's been going on. We got the Cardinal Ram game going on here, and I want to know who you think's going to win this game. Who's going to win this game? Drop it right now in the chat because I'm excited about it. We're going to be talking about CeeDee Lamb. We're going to be talking about AJones. We're going to be talking about Lamar Jackson. We're going to be talking about big Leonard Fournette, who's in the background right here. Where do you value these guys walking into 2022? Do I Smitty approve them or do I Smitty disapprove? We're going to break all that down on these four players and a couple more players if you have anybody you want to throw out that we may Smitty approve or not Smitty approve walking into 2022. James is first in the building. Nice job, James. Double A, quadruple A, triple A, whatever you call him, he is second in the building. Champ, followed by Dan, then Nev, and then Manny, and then Brian, and Axe, and Gold, and so on. Kenny Powers, appreciate you all being here. Monday Night Countdown going on right now. I'm going to put that on in the corner so that I can alert you to anything going on. New thing we're doing at the top right corner, high super chat of the year will be right there. And I know that it's not Rock Lee. He's just the last one to drop a $20 super chat. Now, I'd have to go back and look at who the highest super chat it was. But from now on, the highest super chatter of the year is going to go in the corner of the Monday through Friday show. Appreciate everyone being here. This is your new one-stop shop for fantasy football, redraft, dynasty, you name it, auction, trade advice, psychology, and fantasy football. If you're just finding the show for the first time, welcome to the show. What's up, Silver? Appreciate you being here, buddy boy. Manny, appreciate you being here. Nev, what's going on? What's up, media? Media's gonna come in and try and stir up some Jimmy G talk. I still appreciate you though, media. Man, I'm excited about this game. I'm rooting for the Cardinals. I'm here in Arizona. I have been pretty brutally honest and unbiased with my predictions. It doesn't matter who I feel, I want to win. I try and predict who I think will win. And I think the Cardinals have a shot, of course. Just like the Cowboys Niners. Very, very close call. I had the Cowboys winning. And the Niners pulled it off barely. I felt like both teams were trying to lose that game. It was unbelievable at the end. Unbelievable finish. And it was fun. It was a fun finish. I feel like the Rams have more... Everything's more put together for the Rams right now. Despite losing to the Niners and everybody thinking that they're broken. They're broken against the Niners every time they play the Niners. The Niners have the number. Have their number. They live in Sean McVay's head. Completely different game. Completely different matchup. Completely different situation. I just think the Rams have way more talent right now. We're depleted. The Cardinals at the wide receiver position. We don't have Hopkins back. We won't have Hopkins back. We're going to probably not see him play again. Is it possible he would return later in the playoffs? Sure. But you'd have to make it that far. And making it that far without Hopkins is part of my problem. Kyler Murray is one of the best quarterbacks to throw outside the pocket when he has a wide receiver like Hopkins, who is probably the number one. I'd have to look at the stats and the data, but Hopkins is probably the number one wide receiver in the league catching footballs with his quarterback rolling outside the pocket. The man lived with Deshaun Watson for years on that Houston Texans roster, doing that same kind of thing, rolling outside the pocket. Watson was phenomenal at it. Hopkins knew how to catch footballs from a rolling quarterback on the run outside the pocket. That's where Kyler Murray does his damage. That's where Kyler Murray becomes dangerous, because when he's a triple threat, a threat on the run, on the ground, a threat inside the pocket, but only if he's a threat outside the pocket, he becomes a triple threat, because you don't know what he's going to do, you don't know where he's going to do it, and he has things slowed down for him when he has those three avenues available to him. Without Hopkins, he's been lost, and he can't roll outside the pocket because people are making him stay and force him to stay in the pocket, make bad decisions. And Kyler, all joking aside, he is a short quarterback that doesn't like to stay in the pocket. He's got to look over the lineman. It's harder for him to throw the football. He's innately learned how to navigate outside the pocket, whether you find this funny or not, but because he's a short little guy, and he's gravitated to the outside so that he can have more room to navigate. He can see the field better. It sounds funny, but it is true. It's true. And when he can't find Hopkins, when he doesn't have Hopkins to go to, he's bad outside the pocket. He makes bad decisions outside the pocket. He has wide receivers that aren't used to catching the football from him on the run as much. It impacts everything and cascades down. Our offense is more limited. Can we run the ball? Yes. Are Connor and Edmonds healthy? I'll tell you about that in 1 second. We'll pull up the news on Connor and Edmonds and talk about that. So the Cardinals are very, very capable if we run the football, and we have big success running the football in this game. And if the defense steps up, Watt back, who knows what happens on defense. This game will live and die, like I mentioned with the Niner game. It'll live and die with the defenses. Late in the game, what happens? Late in the game, will Dallas, like I said with the Niner-Dallas game, Dallas step up on D and force Jimmy G to make some throws and make some turnovers. That happened. That game literally came down to the wire because of that very, very thing. I think Kyler Murray being stuck passing the football is going to be a potential open door for mistakes and a pick six in a Los Angeles Rams last second defensive stronghold or pick six or fumble recovery for a touchdown. Disappointed Kyler's head down because his weapons aren't there. If the Cardinals can get up on the Rams early and then run the football, establish the run, they can take off and win this game. It could go either way. I'm not rooting against the Cardinals. I'm not saying the Cardinals can't win the game. I'm just saying the Cardinals have a very, very short track that they've got to stay on in order to win the game. If they go off track, it's a very narrow path. They'll have a lot more problems than the Rams will. The Rams can hang in a bunch of different ways in this game, whereas the Cardinals have to stay on course. James Conner is active for the game, so he will be in there. Rondell Moore is active as well, so expect to see both of them. J.J. Watt, shoulder, will be active and playing in this game. We'll see how much he plays. It could be a lot. So we will see. We got some more news we could talk about. It looks like Jimmy G's also, just for those wanting to hear a little news about the rest of the teams in the NFL playoff bracket here. We've got some Jimmy G news we could throw on screen here and discuss that. But we've got Jimmy G dealing with a slight shoulder sprain, but is expected to practice Wednesday. We'll see how that progresses and how much that fuels people into coming out of the woodwork to talk more and more about replacing Jimmy G or defending him, because there are two sides to the coin. There are two groups of people. Half the people want to support Jimmy G still, and I would say a little more than half of Ninerville probably supports the man. I personally think that it's a mistake, but at this point, what do you do? Make a switch right now? You can't. Switch should have been made a long time ago, because Jimmy G, I don't think, has the same potential and ability to open up this offense and utilize all the weapons. Is just kind of limited. And then you got to put the ball in Debo's hands, and Debo takes care of it, though. Hey, Debo, go win us the game. Go do it, Debo. Bring us back into it. Here you go. Debo does it. He bailed everyone out in that game. If anybody thinks that Jimmy G won that game, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Jimmy G didn't win that game. Jimmy G almost single-handedly destroyed and dismantled that. I've got so many Niner people that I talk to during games, text them, the biggest Niner fan, biggest Niner pages, and everyone's in panic mode. Like, come on. I mean, Jimmy G's up. He's doing it again. He's doing it. Oh, my God. He's doing it again. He's unraveling. Like, I hear it the whole game. Like, everyone's in panic mode. Then when the game gets won, locked up, everybody comes out and goes, yeah, he's fine. Jimmy G's fine. He's okay. He's okay. Jimmy's okay. Jimmy, he'll be fine. Was the Bucks game yesterday? Was at the Bucks game yesterday. Dude, everyone was leaving in the beginning of the fourth quarter, and I thought the Eagles had a chance. Off-season? Off-season, anyone? You mean, like, are you preparing for the off-season? Yeah, Eagles are tough to... They're a tough organization to believe in and to back because they make horrible decisions. Like, are there good things about that Eagles organization? Yeah. You know, Super Bowl win and recent appearance. Yeah. I mean, there's some good stuff going on in Philly. You got a good quarterback in Jalen Hurts. You got one of the most exciting up-and-coming wide receivers that a lot of people, and maybe we should put him on this approve and disapprove list. Maybe we'll do him last. Devontae Smith. A lot of people are going to write him off because he didn't have the season that Jamar Chase had. There's reason to be worried about it. Champ says, as a Niner fan, I don't hate Jimmy G, but he's not the answer. I agree. And it's too late to do anything, but that doesn't dismiss the fact that it should have already been taken care of at this point. To now have no options and you're like, okay, we're going to roll out there with Jimmy. I mean, I honestly do believe if Trey Lance went in and started practicing today as the starter and went into the game, you'd potentially win the game. Potentially. I think you probably have a lot tougher shot. Not that anything can't happen. It's football. But it's a lot tougher to imagine the Niners being multi-dimensional. It's the defense, it's the run, it's Debo, and then it's like Kittle's not even utilized right now fully. I don't know. I feel like even with the mistakes and potential rookie aspect to this, like, I understand he's a rookie. Guys, rookies have won a playoff game before. And there's never been a scenario where a rookie's walked into this amount of talent in an offense like the Niners have right now set up for Trey Lance. So so everybody that says he's a rookie, he's not ready, don't put him in, you can't play a rookie. Now, stop comparing every rookie. Like, stop saying Lawrence's name. Stop mentioning Trevor Lawrence. Stop mentioning Zach Wilson. Stop mentioning Justin Fields when you talk about Trey Lance coming into this offense. It is nothing, it is no relation. It's not even the same thing. It's like finding a $100 bill on the street and finding a $20 bill on the street. Completely different value, completely different scenario. The two can get you completely different things. And stop trying to compare rookie to rookie or situation to situation when the Niners have literally one of the best, if not the best offense in the league, but yet you don't really see it be number one. It's up there, but it's not 1 or 2 overall in the league, and it should be. It should be. The stats should tell you this is the number one offense in the entire league. Most potent offense, but it can't because it has a limited quarterback that is one-dimensional, that almost loses the game, and then people defend him. People are like, there's Jimmy G. I mean, he's Jimmy. Like, he's played well. He's played better than I thought. Like, I'll take a lap for being too hard on him, sure. But this isn't his. He can't take him the distance. Lance could have. That's my point. And I get Niner people get mad at me a little bit, but think about what I'm really saying. I'm saying your team is good enough. Like, I'm in a not even an underhanded fashion. Like, it's a compliment. I'm saying the team, the talent you have there is so good. You could take this to the big dance. You could show in the NFL Super Bowl. You could have with Trey Lance. Had you taken that week 18 momentum and come right in to the playoff game, I still think he would have been prepared enough with practices, this game that you would have still won against the Cowboys. I truly believe it wouldn't have been a close game. The Niners would have won that game by quite a bit with Trey Lance under center. Had you walked in with that momentum into this game, that experience that you could have given Trey week 18, first playoff game, playoff win, confidence, you would have been so dangerous. You cannot compare any other rookie quarterback situation to this team, this situation. I just can't wait till next year. I hope Shanahan does not paint us and start contemplating using this man, Jimmy G, again in week 1 of 2022. I will be out of my mind. I'll lose it. I will lose it because Trey Lance is a gold mine in fantasy football. And for that, we need to buy. We need to buy right now. Fantasy football, buy low. Trey Lance, make sure you're on top of this right now because people are going to be very, I don't know, what have you done for me lately? I don't know what to expect, so I'm not going to go after Trey Lance. Look, I'm not telling anybody to draft Trey Lance as the number 6 quarterback in fantasy football 2022. You don't have to. When Patrick Mahomes broke out, and I predicted that, saying he was my number 1 bold prediction for that 2018 season, and I said Patrick Mahomes would be the number 1 through 5 quarterback overall in the NFL the year he walked into his rookie, or his first starting season, not his rookie season, his first starting season in 2018. He sat, and then he came in and started. He was not drafted as the number 5 quarterback. No one was drafting Trey Lance to be the number 1 to 5 quarterback. Anybody that took my advice and drafted Mahomes to be a top 5 guy, they did so with caution. Like, okay, I'm going to take Mahomes with another guy. Okay, so I'm going to draft, back then it was Big Ben or, an Aaron Rodgers, whoever. I'm going to draft that player. I'm going to take Smitty's advice, take Mahomes, set him right next to him, and hopefully I have a dilemma on my hands. Hopefully Mahomes is so good, like Smitty's saying. He was not a top 10 quarterback. He wasn't anybody's top 10 quarterback walking into his first 2018 start. People liked him, but he was not ranked anywhere near the top 10. Mahomes was nowhere near it. You have Mahomes here. You took like an A-Rod, you took a whoever, and you hoped that Mahomes is going to be as good as advertised by your man Smitty. Lance is the same thing. You're not drafting him number 5 or 6, but I'm telling you, Trey Lance in this offense with Deebo Samuel, Ayuk, George Kittle, a run game, Mitchell offense, this guy walking in, Trey Lance. We need to be doing a Trey Lance Smitty approve apparently show. And let's Smitty approve Trey Lance first. Let's move Lamb over to the side. And we'll go ahead and put a Trey Lance here because we're clearly on the Trey Lance topic. Lace. Trey Lance, here you go. We're going to Smitty approve or disapprove Trey Lance. Trey Lance, walking into 2022. I don't know if Shanahan's going to screw us all. I have no idea. He could very well crap the bed on this one again. He's capable of it. We've been through it all year long. If Trey Lance starts and you can acquire him at such cheap value right now in a dynasty, you could acquire him in so many ways. Let me put Lamb over here in the corner until we're ready to talk about you, Lamb. Sorry, Lammy. What's up, Gold Rush? This guy's top 6 potential in this Niner offense, like Mahomes was walking into Mahomes' first starting season in 2018. You bought him low. You didn't buy him as your starter. You don't have to buy Trey Lance as your starter. You could buy him as a co-starter and take another quarterback that's right around 8, 9, 10, 11 downstream. And then if the Lance project doesn't work, you're not screwing yourself out of potential. You'll be okay. But if Lance works out, you're in the same boat of being like, okay, now I can trade away my starter, or I can have 2 quarterbacks. I have a great dilemma on my hands. This guy will produce, if starting in that offense, top 6 fantasy football quarterback numbers. At me. I don't care. A lot of people are going to disagree with me. A lot of people. You know who the people that disagree with me? Bob. Bob's going to disagree. Bob's going to sit there and go, I work in accounting, Smitty, and you just can't do that, Smitty. Not in accounting. Not on my watch, Smitty. Making predictions like that before things even happen? Are you out of your mind? Smitty? That's reckless. I work in accounting. Those things should not be said and done until they happen. You should make a prediction once it's obvious, Smitty. Not talk about it months and months before it happens. That's reckless, Smitty. That's Bob. Bob's not going to tell you yes or no on something like that ahead of time. Bob's going to wait for it to happen. I'm not, okay? Trey Lance, you are 100% Smitty approved for 2022, and you have I'm going to say it, top 6 quarterback upside that you don't, I repeat, you don't have to pay that value when you go looking for it, okay? You get to draft him very, very late. You get to draft him as your co-starter. No one's asking you to, I repeat, no one is asking you to invest top 6 quarterback value. If you think that's what I'm saying, you didn't understand the assignment. Trey Lance, you are absolutely Smitty approved 2022.
You've just been Smitty approved.
That's Trey Lance, baby. Trey Lance, baby. Now on to the guy that everyone's going to crap all over. Lamb, you said he's bad. Lamb did this. Lamb wronged me. I am going to write Lamb off. Lamb sucks. Lamb is a bust. Smitty, can't believe you said you liked him. Look, Dak Prescott isn't making it easy on us. That's for sure. Dak Prescott is not making it easy on us. But let's keep one thing let's take one thing into account, okay? Let me drag this on the screen. Am I excited about Lamb's overall numbers? Am I excited about it? No. I'm not. But when you take a look at what Lamb really did, okay? 80 receptions, roughly 1,100 yards, and 6 TDs. Wasn't a bust season. He didn't bust. He just didn't deliver at the expectation level that we all had. Now, he was entering his 2nd season, okay? He's entering now his 3rd NFL season. I know rookies can blow up. I know rookies can oftentimes, like Jefferson or Chase, be elite right from the beginning. And I wouldn't say Lamb wasn't elite. I'd say Lamb has shown elite potential for sure at times, but did he finish with elite numbers? No. A lot of it is Dak related. And you could say, well, is that going to change in 2022, Smitty? If regardless of what it is, what's holding him back? And will anything change? And the answer, the honest answer is we don't know. We don't know if like half the time Lamb is running down the field. I shouldn't say half, but at least like 3 times a game, you see Lamb look back at Dak on an errant pass that goes way over his head, a wide open route that Dak misses or whatever, and Lamb looks at him like, bro, frustrated, like, bro. And then Lamb walks straight to the sideline and off the field in a very casual, calm, collected, but frustrated fashion. Dak's a problem. Dak has been a problem all year. He is coming back from injury, and there's reason to believe Dak will get more and more, I don't know, on point again each game that each season, that he plays. So, like, walking into the season, you hope that Dak's going to get things under control. Maybe there's a coaching change. Maybe there's not. There's a lot of buzz right now about McCarthy and will they make a change? And no, they're not going to. Yes, they should. They have to. How could they not? No, probably not. We won't hear it. They're going to be fine. He's going to be fine. Lots of talk about that. Ian Rappaport posted, doesn't sense the Cowboys coaching. Let me put this up on screen. This is the most recent McCarthy news.
Here's some.
No, Alexa, we don't need that. Okay. Here's the most recent McCarthy news I'll put on screen just so you guys know what is up, what time it is in the news world. McCarthy, this is the most recent stuff. NFL Network. Ian Rappaport says, I don't sense the Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy will be fired. So we don't know what's going on. But what we do know is that Lamb has the talent, okay? Does he have the situation? That's the part that we worry about. Will there be enough footballs fed to him in a consistent fashion? Do the Cowboys know how to utilize him and use him? Is the offense going to produce for Lamb? Because it's not about Lamb producing. It's about that offense putting in Lamb in good positions to dominate. I think so. And the good news, though, is even if you sense a little like hesitation by me, which is because I don't know about the situation. I know about his talent, but I feel like the situation is tough. You know, I do feel like to judge Lamb after his second year and to anticipate he can't become better or get better, and you can't take into account that his ADP is going to be phenomenally low. Like Lamb's going to be, I don't know, would you guys think a third or fourth rounder? I imagine, and I see some comments in here, like you'd rather have St. Brown over Lamb. That sense is that gives me the sense that Lamb's ADP is going to be really reasonable. And the question is, just like we always talk about, and here's my bracket, by the way. This is the only variation that I see potentially happening. I have a couple brackets. We all have a couple brackets where we have one slight variation. And if you play brackets, if you do brackets, playoff brackets, it's important to have two brackets that vary where you felt like the fork in the road was. And my variation is the Cincinnati game. So when I do brackets, depending on if it's high upside for seed times round or something like that, I'll go with the Bengals if it's seed times round. I'll vary things up. The only change I make is this Buffalo game. So I'll put Buffalo here as a 3 seed against Green Bay, but Green Bay winning it. So Buffalo going or Cincy going, that's my only variation in my brackets. I recommend that if you do any kind of playoff brackets, you pick something like that, find your fork in the road, and then you can vary it up depending on the different contests you do. Very, very important to mix it up when you're doing that kind of thing. Back to the board, let's talk about Lamb. So the question is, and I know everybody's going to be so quick to jump down Lamb's throat, you know. Hit the like button if you're in here. Appreciate you all being here. So everyone's going to jump down Lamb's throat. 2, 3, 4. These are rounds. In 2022, everybody can get so upset at Lamb, right? And say, I'm not going to go near him. But this is where the mistake happens for people. So Lamb had an ADP probably around this range in 2021. So in 2021, that was 2021. He's now going to drop probably, here's round 5. I would guess somewhere in this range. So 2021 ADP. I don't know if you can even see that. Let me rewrite it. $2021 ADP, 2022 ADP is my guess for CeeDee Lamb. That's a big stark difference. We're talking about second to third round turn, potentially fourth to fifth round turn. People are so upset at him, they're going to put him in that range. Now, to me, that's worth taking. That's worth an 1,106 TD. Like, listen to what everybody's saying. The negativity on Lamb right now. Listen to what you're saying. You're basically calling him, like, not draftable or whoever's against him to the extreme degree. I'm not going near him. He's 1,100 yards and 6 TDs and 80 receptions in a bad spot that needs to be improved in a situation and it's not feeding him. I'll take that all day long in the 4-5 turn area as my potential surprise monster breakout wide receiver, one that I'm putting in that 2-3 spot. My wide receiver 2/wide receiver 3. You could almost call him low-end wide receiver 2 material for 2022, which is exciting to me. I'm not going to take it as a negative. I don't really care. Look, I take things as they come. If I walk in to a season where my favorite player or one of my favorite players or 5 guys that I like a lot the previous year, I walk in to a season with those guys down in value, people upset at them, I just look at the board. It's a chessboard. And I say, okay, well, what can I do here? How can I move? What's my next move? I don't care about what should be. I accept that everybody's going to doubt Lamb. And guess what? I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to sit here and go, you need to up your value. Give the man respect. No, there's reason to doubt him. The reason for me is the situation. The reason for me is that there's reason to doubt him because of Dak Prescott. And why didn't he do what he was supposed to do in this season? And it's Dak. The answer is Dak. Okay? And it still might be Dak in 2022. We have to admit that. If you're a CeeDee Lamb supporter, you got to get real and say, look, if Dak disappointed you in terms of using CeeDee Lamb, that could happen again in 2022. But guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
Baked in, boys.
The value is...
Baked in, boys.
CeeDee Lamb's value is...
Baked
Can I get a baked in, boys, please? Can I get a baked in, boys? Because the value's all baked in. I don't want to hear he's a risk in the third or the fourth or fifth round. I don't want to hear that Lamb's a risk here. If you don't want to go after him, fine. But Lamb is not a risk in the 4 or 5 round turn, which is, again, not locked in ADP yet. We don't have that information. But based on all the comments and chatter and people roasting him on Twitter and people just completely, and I'm okay with St. Brown. Look, St. Brown, go look on a little bold prediction list I got over at sleeperu.com. Where?
Want bold year-round rankings? Trade calculator.
Sleeperu.com. Go to sleeperu.com. See where St. Brown is, okay? I dare you. Okay, so know that I'm not ripping on that comment. St. Brown, or rather St. Brown than Lamb. Look, I love St. Brown. You're not going to get me to argue with you on that. I'm just saying, based on the value people are throwing at me right away, I know CeeDee Lamb's going to be value that 100% is what?
Baked in, boys.
Baked in, boys value like I've never seen in quite some time. I'll take it. I will take it. And if you want to not notice the drop in value, so again, ADP 2022, we're feeling like 4th to 5th round turn. 2021, he was 2nd to 3rd round turn. That is almost that's not only 1 round drop, that's 2 rounds that he's dropping. And as I always tell you guys, you have to block out the noise and say to yourself this way, okay? Here's round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm so mad at CeeDee Lamb. I can't stand him. Okay, here's your line. Let's get here's the line. Line in the sand. Line in the sand. I'm so mad at CeeDee Lamb, Smitty. My line in the sand. I'm not taking him. Well, okay. I'll take him. Where's your line in the sand? And what is the line in the sand? I think I just explained it. But the line in the sand is where a player turns from I won't touch him to an absolute steal. Where is your line in the sand for CeeDee Lamb? Because if you're in here saying you're not going to take him, you're not being honest with yourself fully, because his line in the sand might drop to an unbelievable no-risk territory. CeeDee Lamb busting in 2021, 1,100 yards and 6 TDs, 80 receptions. If that's busting, I don't know. I mean, it's not what we wanted, but it's not busting. But if he quote-unquote busted in 2021, and you can get this bust of a man at the 4-5 turn, which is what we're kind of predicting here, how is that? How is your line in the sand not right there? How is your line in the sand not right there?
Get lambed.
Kind of sad when we use that, doesn't have the punch that it used to, but we're still going to keep it going. You know what we can do? without much hesitation, without much upset feelings. We can say it with confidence. We know what time it is. We absolutely love the man. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it. We can use that one all day long, baby. We can use that one all day long. And we got a Javonte around here. We got a Javonte. Where's my Javonte? Where's my Javonte? Where's good old Javonte? I'll have to find that one. I don't know where I put the Javonte, but we can do this one all day long. Get burrowed, if you will. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it. Get burrowed. You're darn straight we're getting burrowed. We're getting burrowed every day this offseason. And I don't want to hear, Smitty, stop talking about Burrow and Chase. You're going to ruin their ADP. I'm not going to stop. What I'm doing, I'm going to put kerosene on it, light it on fire, and blow it up even more. So get ready. Lamb or Gage in Dynasty.
Take a look.
Take a lap. Take a nice, big, long lap, Ryan. Now you're probably just trying to get smart. But CMC 1.1 for Mixon and Miles Sanders. CMC 1.1 for Mixon and Miles Sanders. No. CMC and Mixon by a lot. I'm sorry, CMC in the 1.1 by a lot if it's Dynasty. You can't. Look, I like Mixon, but Mixon's older. He's got maybe the 1 to 1.5 years left. He potentially could have the same amount of time as McCaffrey. Like, don't get crazy and give away the 1.1 on top of that. Absolutely no. We're talking Dynasty here. Ryan with the super chat. Ryan, appreciate that, by the way. I rarely send a super chatter on a lap, but that one was definitely lap worthy. Ryan, he's still here. I'm sure you were joking. I'm sure you were just poking a little fun. Lamb as the number one wide receiver potential, says Champs. I agree. He does. He still does. People need to understand that. Lamb went 1.9 in the startup today. Superflex too. Wow. Okay, so we're here. We're doing it live. Lamb, I'm here on record to anoint you, young man. I'm here. You have been Mr. Lamb. Based on your current ADP, the court is ready to render a verdict. Where's my clock? CeeDee Lamb, would you please stand and face your judge? I, Smitty, judge, determine that based on the current projected ADP that you hold, which is right around, I would say, the 3-4 turn in 2022 fantasy football redraft, I anoint you Smitty approved. Don't listen to the noise. Go with your bad self. And I understand you're not a second, third round pick anymore. Climb up. Pick yourself up off the ground. Reclaim that value. I know you can reclaim. I'm not going to bet on it. Okay? That's why I'm not going to take you in the second to third round turn. I'm taking you where you belong right now, which is phenomenal value. Baked in boy value. Baked in boy value. You, CeeDee Lamb, at your new ADP. New ADP, you are Smitty approved. All right, let's get CeeDee Lamb out of here. CeeDee Lamb, please head back. The bailiff will show you to the exit, and you can get on your way, start training, get out there, do it live. Let's go to Leonard Fournette. Mr. Fournette. Lamb, you're out of here. Leonard Fournette. This is a curious case of Leonard Fournette. This man right here. Unbelievable year. Is my boy Michael in here? Unbelievable year. This man, Leonard Fournette. Look at him. Comeback player potential in terms of like attitude and situation, not injury. This man threw his career away in Jacksonville. Was a locker room cancer. They had to get rid of him. They booted him out. He goes to Tampa. He doesn't rise up. We worry about him. Okay? Thank you, Edgar. We worry about this man. Where are you drafting Leonard Fournette? I'll throw your comments on screen. Give me a draft slot, like 4.4, Smitty. Or some of you might say 2.5, which is why I have them on screen, because I'm getting questions. People are literally coming to me and saying, Smitty, would you take Leonard Fournette in the first round in 2022? And I'm out of my mind when I'm asked that question. I'm literally
Take a lap.
telling people left and right to take laps. Get that nonsense out of here. I mean, first round? Literally, first round? Are you serious? Why are people asking me that question? They're literally, it's not one person. 2 or 3 people are like, would you take him at the turn then? What about like pick 15? Smitty, you gotta be out of your mind if you're, I don't care how he did. I'm excited for him. He rejuvenated his career a little bit. You got to be out of your mind if you're considering taking Leonard Fournette in even the top 2.5 rounds. I wouldn't take him in round 3. I still think you're borderline out of control if you start talking third round. But there are people literally saying this man, because of what he did, needs to be a second rounder at least, right, Smitty? No. Could he perform at that level? He could. Could he be a steal? He could. Could he be a guy that people undervalue? Absolutely. Do you take the chance on your fantasy season? No, you do not. At his projected ADP, which I believe will be in the 3rd round, not the 4th round. So here are some of the people's in here. Thank you, Edgar. The content loves you more than you love the content. Wrap your head around that one. Kenny says 4.5. I love the exactness. Thank you, Kenny. That's what I wanted. 4.2. Thank you, Brandon, for throwing out an exact number. That's where Brandon's taking him. Kenny laughed at it. I don't know why, but he just did. Late 3rd, early 4th round. Dylan's creeping up there. 3rd round. He'd take him as 3rd drafted player. Bruce. The Bruce! If anybody doesn't know the Bruce's mother, a staple of the show, Miss Robeson, is right here.
Getting land.
The Bruce, I need to get in contact with you. We need to set up a new phrase. I want getting burrowed. I want getting jamarred. I want a couple different clips. We need to recycle and rerun. We'll bring the Lamb one back when Lamb rebounds and has an amazing 2022 rebound year. Okay? That will be what lambing is all about. The comeback will be lambing. If you come back on somebody and you prove them wrong and you drop insane numbers, that's going to be called getting lambed moving forward. So, the Bruce, we need your mother to drop a few new clips. Contact me on DM me right now, the Bruce. Bruce, let me know. I'm going to play your voice message. Please leave me a voice message right now and let me know if that's okay. Can we schedule 1 or 2 clips with your mother so we can replace the Lamb clip and put that in the vault? We'll archive the Lamb clip. We won't touch it until he rebounds. We're going to use that Lamb clip if and when Lamb rebounds. It will be a symbol of the show. To come back, to climb through adversity, to be doubted, and to come in and lamb somebody. Lamb chopping somebody's going to mean something, and we're putting it in the archive vault. But I need to know, Bruce, if your mom is going to be okay with this. I did help her win a championship. Did I not, the Bruce? Would you please, the Bruce, I don't even know if you won. Let me know in the message whether your mom won the league because of me. There was a Patrick Mahomes trade that she didn't want to do. And I told her, I said, look, Mrs. the Bruce, I need you to make this trade. We need you on your A game. I need you motivated, excited to drop new clips in the coming future. I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to help you win your championship, Miss Robeson. And what did we do, the Bruce? What did we do for your mother? We guided her and navigated through a Mahomes trade like no trade you've ever seen in your life. This woman raked that person over the coals, probably her brother-in-law or somebody, and she blasted this man, got Mahomes, then stepped all over him, and probably destroyed him in the big dance. The Bruce, I'm waiting for your message. I want a voice message confirming your mother won, and I want a voice message confirming we're good to go for more messages going forward. People are getting burrowed. and they're going to remember it, says Terry. Absolutely right. Get Debo'd. We might need a Debo. Get Debo'd. Get Debo'd. Get Bruced. Okay. What was I saying? Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette, please approach the bench. Where's my song? Based on the different values, the Bruce says 5.6. We've got a bunch of 4-point whatevers. We got Diaz throwing a 6.5 out there. Diaz clearly is doubting the man. Based on what I'm seeing, there will be potential third-round drafters. If your ADP is anywhere near round 3 and someone's asking me to trust in you, Leonard, a menace in the locker room in a couple different places where you've gone, you were literally on thin ice with me, Your Honor, Smitty. Judge Smitty, I anoint you a risk, Leonard. You are a risk, Leonard. Anywhere near my third drafted player, I will not draft you as a third drafted player, Leonard, or even as an early fourth drafted player. Based on some of the people out there saying 3-4 rounds in the fourth round, you are Smitty disapproved, Leonard, for the 2022 fantasy football season at your current projected ADP value. I'm staying clear.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
Leonard, get out of my sight. Get out of my sight, Leonard. This court does not approve of your current ADP value. Disapprove, Leonard. Where's Leonard's? I gotta put Leonard back up. Where are you? Leonard, no. 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 Okay. We've got 8 minutes to get through these next two. This show goes so fast, this hour show. AJones. Will Rodgers stay? Will Rodgers go? Nobody knows. And I'm going to say right now, Mr. A-Rod, you're not going to be in Green Bay. You know it. I know it. Okay? You know it. I know it. This man's as good as gone, in my view. There's a reason he negotiated what he did. He would rather retire and sit out and walk into the dark night, whether they win or not, than to play in Green Bay again. He's done with Green Bay. And Green Bay has to trade him or release him, because he will take up over 20% of their cap hit, and they could get back something around like $20-something million. The contract is negotiated where Aaron Rodgers got out of a big chunk of the deal so that he could go elsewhere. That's what it is. He put a last dance picture up. Him and Tay Adams put it up together. I don't know what other agreement he's got going with the Green Bay Packers behind closed doors or whatever. Rodgers would rather walk away than return to Green Bay. I'm telling you that right now. He's made it evident in everything he's done. So if he walks away, or even if he doesn't, AJones' ADP is extremely tough to swallow, okay? Because if, let's say he goes in everybody throw out an ADP draft slot, an exact position. Smitty, 3.4. Smitty, 4.6. Smitty, 1.7. Throw out a draft slot where you would currently, right now, draft AJones. Maybe his ADP is going to be so low in here. Try and be honest with yourself. Where do you think he's probably going to go? Where do you think you're probably going to take him? And if those answers are different, then throw out both and we'll look at it. But given that he's still going to be a RB1, I can't see him falling much past round 3. Like 3 to 4. So 3.3, 2.4. Look at that. See, this is what I'm talking about. 2.4. Brandon would take him at 2.4. Brandon, I'm not trying to rip on you or anything. I'm just trying to emphasize his true value. A lot of people probably agree with you in the second or third round. 2.9. See, Brandon, you're not alone. Second round value. Kenny, 10.1. Wow. 3.3. So high. It's so high. I'm sorry. I can't Smitty approve this. I can't condone it. Number one, A.J. Dillon's already a problem. Like even if, let's say, A-Rod returns. Okay, let's say Smitty's wrong. Smitty, you're wrong. Aaron Rodgers returns. Oh, my God. Such a debacle. Now how do you feel about Aaron Jones? It's not that different. Like, I'm not drafting him at 2.4, 2.9. No offense to you guys. I appreciate the honesty. And it's good that we disagree, that we could all have conversations. Sometimes you guys reel me in. Sometimes you guys, I'll be a little high or low on somebody. And when I see where you guys really feel, it kind of resets me or pulls me back a little bit. So having different opinions is great. I'm not upset at these at all. If Aaron Rodgers returns 3.1. Okay, so that's a good thing to throw in here. If A-Rod returns 3.1, this is way too high. Dillon's already a problem. A.J. Dillon's a problem. Even if A-Rod returned, you have this like obscure value that's diluted and watered down by A.J. Dillon. I don't even think with Aaron Rodgers returning, AJones has 3.1 value, or especially second round value for me. He could. That's why it's not crazy. Brandon's not crazy. Axe isn't crazy at 2.9. Sand isn't crazy at 3.3. James isn't crazy at 3.1, but it's too rich for my taste. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. That's with Aaron Rodgers returning and the obscurity alone. That guy just got leveled. They showed that guy running out on the band guy running out on the field. And then that guy tried to kick a field goal, fell flat on his face. Sorry, I'm watching the pregame. Aaron Rodgers returning doesn't matter. Way too expensive. And if A-Rod doesn't return, this man's manufactured touchdown production is what makes him valuable. He doesn't run for 1,400 yards. And if he did, he'd get hurt. If the Packers said, hey, we can't utilize Aaron Jones the same, we're going to have to run the heck out of him. He would get hurt. He runs for barely 1,100 yards or 1,000 yards, and he gets like 15 to 17 touchdowns. Without Aaron Rodgers, that won't be there. So for that reason alone, let me get the music cued. Mr. Aaron Jones, where are you? Where did I put Aaron Jones? There he is. Mr. Aaron Jones, because your ADP is so high that people are actually talking about you at 2.1, 2.9, 3.1, and given that if A-Rod doesn't return, something I predict to be true, then your value tanks, bro. You are nowhere near second or third round value without A-Rod under center. And even if you have A-Rod under center, things have to go perfect. And A.J. Dillon has to retire and become the youngest player to ever retire and hit the announcing box. This has to be beautifully laid out for you to be a second round pick. You are nowhere near a second round pick in my view. That's my opinion. Aaron Jones, you are not Smitty approved.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
And finally, Lamar Jackson. Where would you draft Lamar Jackson? Give me a quarterback value, not a round. Give me like a QB5, QB6, QB4, QB8, QB55. Give me your quarterback rank for Lamar Jackson, who is last on this list. Lamar, the final player to determine his fate, his fantasy fate. QB6. Some of these are high. That's what I expected. QB6 says Brandon, and it's not crazy. I'm not messing with it, but QB5, QB6, QB6, QB7. Okay, I think we got enough data. At this value, I'm staying away. Oh, we got the Bruce. Hold on.
Yeah, yes, we did win the championship. She did.
Oh.
Yeah, yes, we did win the championship. She did, not me. And yeah, she's good. Correction, she won the championship in her league for when you did the Mahomes trade.
Yes, sir. I knew we got her the championship, the Bruce. I knew it. I knew your mom won. The moment we made that trade, what she hesitated on, but your man Smitty came through in the clutch and forced that trade along. The moment she made that Mahomes trade, done. Championship. Lock it in. Put it in the books. Write down Miss Robeson winning. Miss the Bruce winning. Send her check. I would have said to the league, you pay her half up front. You won't have to pay the full entry fee. Just send the money in. I knew we got her that win. So the Bruce, you didn't leave me a message though on whether she's going to help us out with 2 or 3 more clips. We need to get those going. We need to get Burrowed, getting Jamard, whatever. Like, be creative. Jamar, Burrow, Javonte. I'm kind of thinking Burrow and Jamar I'd rather have than anything, Bruce. So let's dial those up. Let's get those in the works. We need it. We need it live. Okay, last second here. Where's my timer? The game's about to start. Lamar Jackson, please step forward and approach Smitty, Your Honor. You were looking at a QB rank of about 5 to 6 based on the average. I'm looking here. Maybe 6, right around 6, I would say. And to me, that's too rich for my taste, Lamar. You've disappointed in 2020 for the entire first half of the year, vanishing like AB, in a game. That's how you felt. I literally felt like maybe we could go back and watch the replay. Maybe you crumbled up your jersey, threw it into the stands, and walked off the field for the first half of 2020. Because I didn't see you, bro. At all. Then you dropped some... You crapped the bed a little bit here in 2021 and then get hurt. And I'm not trying to blame you for getting hurt. But it feels really inconsistent, Lamar. I don't think I can trust you because when you go absent, when you go... I don't know, missing, if you will, because that's the feeling I get. It's missing, Lamar. It's not that you're busting. You go missing. You literally go missing. You're no longer a top 5 quarterback for a string of games. A string of games. A string of games. Not 1 or 2, like half of a season. The end of the season, the beginning of the season, and you don't do it in the middle. You do it like in the very beginning, and you make people lose. You do it at the very end. I'm going to say disapproved. There are too many other quarterbacks that we're looking at in 2021, 2022 that have value. I'd rather get a Joe Burrow in round 4 or 5 or wherever we're going to have to draft Burrow. It could be round 5 or 6. If we get Burrow in 5, people are going to get burrowed and they're going to remember it because I'm going to take Burrow. Herbert, where is he going? 4, 5, 6? Where are we getting Herbert? Trey Lance paired with an A-Rod later. All better values than drafting Lamar Jackson at QB5. You are disapproved at your current ADP, Lamar. I'll let you know if things change, if your value in ADP changes accordingly.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
That is going to do it. Thank you for joining me for this edition of the Fantasy Football Show, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Join me every Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and we might do this Smitty approve and disapprove on Mondays. Maybe we do that every Monday. We're going to try and mix up the Monday through Friday show a little bit, find our rhythm, find our groove. If you like this particular version of the Monday through Friday show, tell me, hey, Smitty, we need to see this every Monday. Or, hey, Smitty, bring this back a couple times a week. We don't have to do the same kind of show every week, but Monday's show, maybe it is a Smitty approved, disapproved, or maybe randomly we do it. I don't know. We're going to keep mustering through the Monday through Friday stuff until we find our full rhythm. And I love being here. I love you guys. I love the Monday through Friday. Let's go. Enjoy the game. Appreciate everybody being here. Hit the like button on your way out the door. And remember, if you ask a question in the next 12 to 24 hours on the current video that's about this video right here, as soon as I hit finish, it goes up on the channel. 0 comments will be attached to it. I will answer every one of your questions, 99% of them. if you ask between 12 and 24 hours of the video dropping, which is doing right now. Appreciate you all being here. Now get